Hey guys, Adam here at DirectionTrader.com. Let's do the review of today and talk about what we see moving forward. Today almost gives us the impression that yesterday was a little bit of a fake out. If we were to go back here to the daily chart, let's just blow this up here. Just looking at the daily chart, we've been talking a little bit about this divergence here, how price just keeps on making new higher highs, and their indications keep making lower highs. So we're just waiting for this fade to happen. When was it going to happen? We don't know. We were just being very disciplined, letting the market tell us what to do, and then sure enough, Monday we had a nice sell-off in the market. Going into Tuesday, we got a nice sell-off in the market, and then whammy, back to the upside into the close yesterday. So that left us thinking last night. Go back to yesterday's video. I was saying if we can stay above previous day's highs, so basically if today we had opened up and popped up above the previous day's highs, I was going to look to go long. Other than that, I'm looking to fade this thing and get more of a pullback to the short side. So going into today, we had a little bit of a bullish above, bearish below previous day's highs type of I guess plan set up moving forward. Today we've done nothing but sell off for the most part today. Now in the trading room this morning, we did take a Dow position, which worked out to be a wonderful setup. Just had to wait patiently for it to drop as the market went forward. We ended up sitting on our hands for almost most of the day. We were sitting there talking. We placed lots of orders, no fills, so on and so forth. As the 11 o'clock Central time came around, we went off to lunch, and the market internals were extremely bearish. So just as the other day we were talking about the market internals being bullish and waiting for that afternoon rally, today we just talked all morning about how bearish these market internals were. They stayed very, very low, very, very negative the entire morning, and the market was relatively quiet. Let's pop over and take a look at the... Actually, let's pop over and let's take a look at some of these markets. This here is the S&P. This will be a good enough gauge for us. But the internals stayed very, very low here. You see right now we're currently trading down at minus 21.28, just under 2,000 to the negative side here on the advanced decline. That's a very, very bearish reading. And at 11 o'clock, we were trading right in this region here at 11 o'clock. So you can see what happened. We sold off, and we went into this consolidation chop mode. And all we could say going into lunch as we were ending the trading room is the market internals were extremely bearish. Looking down here, they were bearish all morning, and we just weren't continuing to sell off. So I said, guys, I'm going to look to possibly get active this afternoon if we can get that sell-off. Sure enough, that sell-off has happened. Now, that's been a little bit frustrating because, you know, we like to be active in the morning time. Afternoons become a little bit iffy. But the only good thing about that is understanding that, hey, I'm not always going to trade in the afternoon. But when I do, you usually get a nice fade or a nice pop into the afternoon. So the only times I ever really look to trade the afternoon session is whenever the market is basically, I guess you call it squeezing, getting ready for either a pop or a fade here going into the end of the day. And today was one of them days, and we were just anticipating that based on the market internals. The markets were not selling off, but the market internals stayed extremely bearish the entire morning. So it was just a matter of time before we got that bubble to burst, and it happened to burst here, and then down we went. This is the same for all stock index futures. We just happen to be looking at the S&P right now. So going into tomorrow, you see we're getting pretty close over here on the daily chart. We're getting pretty close to our support here. It's just before 2 o'clock Central, so we have plenty of time left in the day for this thing to trade out. So going into tomorrow, we're going to have to be very disciplined. We got to assume this as a micro downtrend, right? Now, granted, we know we're in an uptrend. We know we're in a daily uptrend, but the micro here is to the downside, and we have support. So going into tomorrow, I'm going to watch today's low, so previous day's low. So tomorrow, I'll be watching today's low. And if we break below today's low, I'm going to look to go ahead and trade short. Anything above today's lows, I will probably look to go long here. Now, does that mean I'm just going to just get long above the previous day's lows? No. I'm going to go over here to my 15-minute and my 233 tick charts, and I'm going to look for some of my price patterns in them directions. But we are going to be at some support here, these previous swing highs, and this goes for all the other indexes. We'll go ahead and pop through there, and we'll take a look at all of them. But they're all going to be down here near some support here, maybe the Russell. May not, but we'll look at that real fast. And then anything above that previous day's lows, we're potentially getting a resumption of the overall trend. Anything below that, we're continuing our micro pullback. So I hope that makes sense there, guys. I do want to pop over here and take one quick look at all the indexes. This here is the S&P. Let's go ahead and scroll on down and take a look at the other ones. The Russell, as we thought, would be a little bit different. But nonetheless, the Russell's still in that little buy zone here. You had these lows here. We retest them lows. We got them candle wicks, especially that big candle wick from yesterday, trading there. So we could be in a little bit of a low area. But still, again, I will watch today's lows going into tomorrow. And we still got an hour here. So who knows if this thing will sell off more or what it's going to do. The NASDAQ, same thing. We got this support down here a little bit lower. Down near these, 4120s. If the market can continue to drop, great. If it decides not to continue to drop and it ends up getting a pop, anything above today's lows, I will look to go ahead and go with this. And then here on the Dow, same thing, guys. We knew it would be the same thing. We have these lows here, waiting for it to pull back. Anything below, look for it to retest or break. Anything above today's low, I will be potentially looking to go long above that and get back in the direction of the overall trend of the stock index futures. So, all right, guys, just more of an update today. So, hope that helped out. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, go ahead and get a hold of me. If not, thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.